Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ. You are here on the home of the slightly above average ship review. We're on northern waters in a domination match in a VGC platoon with my buddy Bad Moto Weasel. Moto, I hope you're doing okay. I haven't seen you online in a little while. So yeah, this footage isn't brand new, but it's new enough. We're in the Bourgogne, the French legendary tier battleship, one of my favorite ships in the game, quickly ascending to probably my top three battleships, along with the Lenin and maybe the Georgia. So we're moving out in the Bourgogne. I want to warn everybody in advance, this isn't going to be like a Vaz Vegas match. So we're just going to do what we can out here. We've got a Montana. These turrets are slowly turning around. And we're going to light up this Montana. Oh. Maybe we're not going to light up this Montana. Alright, so what I mean by that is, this is probably the second most damage I've ever gotten in a game. But it can't compare to Vaz's match. I think he got something like 270k damage in the Bourgogne. Yeah, that's not going to happen. All right, we're shooting at the Minotaur because I couldn't find a better target. And we already have a hit to Citadel. We're continuing our turn. Since no one went over to Charlie, I'm not going to be the one who goes over to Charlie. Especially with 3 destroyers in the match. That sounds like a great way to get killed. There's the enemy Montana rear turret only. We're going to turn back in to get the front 2 turrets on target. And we fired those out, and those look pretty good. And we don't do a ton of damage. Not much to write home about. Get a reload in with our magical reload booster. And fired again at the Montana. A little bit of shell grouping not happening there. We did get another hit to Citadel, and still working off the last bit of that reload booster. Get another quick reload, and another salvo out on the Montana. Notice he hasn't deviated his course at all. Well, that's because I didn't really do a whole lot of damage that time. It may be time to, I don't know, maybe I'll put A.L. Scharnhorst in as an inspiration to this commander. We're going to shoot to where I think the Montana would be at. And let's see how that does as I turn away. It did really shittily. Alright, so we're turning away now. There's a destroyer in the cap. We don't want anything to do with that. We do turn pretty nicely in the ship. Rear turret already on target. Another Montana maybe out there. Or maybe the one we were shooting at the whole time. And that salvo, I don't think it did anything. I think we missed. Yeah, as you can see, we splashed all around the Montana and did not hit him. But at least we haven't taken a ton of damage yet. And what do you do in this instance when your teammates don't go over here and provide you any spotting? I can tell you, just turn around and go to another cap. All right, we got a Tulsa out there. We're aiming for the Montana. I think I'm going to hit an island. Why did I zoom out right then? We do get the shells over, but we misjudged his speed or lack thereof. Somebody is asking for help, and I cannot give it to them. I'm saying, hey, shoot at this Tulsa. He's like, get back. Bro, take a look at my position in the minimap. Where am I going to get back to? Alright, Tulsa, much squishier target. Alas, we don't do any better damage. Moto's in front of me now, so hopefully they'll shoot at him and not me. Trying to size up the Tulsa for another salvo. And can we? Nope, we really can't. So I think this is more a function of the accuracy of the ship. The shell grouping isn't that great. So maybe it might be worth. And we are using the accuracy commander. So it might be worth speccing into more shell grouping or less dispersion. I don't know. That salvo pretty much was a bunch of ricochets, it looks like, for the most part. Not a whole lot of damage accomplished there. I did not mean to save that screenshot, by the way. We haven't done a ton of damage, so let's go back to the Montana. He beached himself on the island, so we're just going to shoot for the middle of the ship. And as you can see, the shells are just spreading apart a little bit more. Although that looked a lot better than some of my other salvos, which I don't really understand. We used the main battery reload booster there and put another salvo out as he faded from view. And I don't think that did a whole lot. And now we got an Awami. Maybe the problem is just aiming, you know? Maybe I'm just not aiming the right way. I mean, it looks good when it comes out of the barrel, but we just got every kind of hit marker pretty much, but no Citadel. Meanwhile, taking a look at the scoreboard, we've lost 4 ships. The enemy has lost 2 ships. We each have a cap, but the enemy is about to cap Alpha. And a bunch of ships just came broadside to me over here. But that means I'm also broadside to them. So I'm trying to get these turrets around for this other Montana, who backed up into the island. Can we get him? Nope. We do knock out a gun, but that's it. I think we just spotted a destroyer. Secondaries are shooting. Torpedoes are being dodged. So there is the thing where your speed and your rudder shift do come in handy. Another salvo at the almost dead Montana, and we don't kill him. No one is shocked. Destroyer be in that smoke screen. I don't know where his other salvo is going, but it is not going near me. And that's important. This is a bad sign when the enemy's got all 3 caps. And it's not like my teammates aren't in the caps at all. You know, 2 of them are in Alpha. We're just not able to flip, nor can I defend because I don't have any way to spot this destroyer who's in the smoke screen, who has someone else spotting me, so he's able to farm me at will. So I just decide time to get out of his range. Awami is still out there. We're in full-on kiting mode at this point. I recommend kiting in this ship. I've had a lot of success with it, treating it like a really big cruiser. We do shoot the Awami and, again, get some hits that maybe did some damage but aren't very impressive. But we've now put an island between us and the Awami. And we did get a kill in there, my teammates did. So we've cut the deficit to 1 ship and about 150 points. The Awami is shooting at other people, probably my teammate, Bad Moto Weasel. And he's still not giving me a great profile here. I mean, it's good, but it's not great. He's not flat broadside 180 or perpendicular. You know what I mean. So that salvo, again, nothing to write home about. We've got 120,000 of some of the most unimpressive damage all game. And maybe if I had the shell grouping that Vaz enjoyed, although I seem to remember he had a lot of broadside enemy ships. Maybe I'd have more damage, but right now we're just trying to run away because there are unspotted destroyers, and I don't want to get torped to death. And meanwhile, all our destroyers on the blue team are dead. That's a sign your destroyer players suck when they're all dead. And the enemy team has 3 destroyers alive. Shocker. All right, so we're running away. We did set a fire there. I think I switched to HE out of sheer frustration with the inability to get meaningful AP pens. on any of the ships I've been shooting at, except for a couple of salvos. So here we're going to shoot some more HE and then switch back to armor piercing. My teammate is encountering torpedoes. We do set another fire. We do get a high caliber medal unlocked. And the enemy team now has a 5 kills to 3 lead. And again, I am spotted, but there is no spotting for me. And so I'm just like, hey, any help is good help. Shooting, armor piercing at the Awami. Here come the torpedoes. Thankfully, we have the speed boost going on, so I'm able to essentially outrun what was left of the torpedoes. Again, not a lot of good damage there. This damage score is really just a vehicle of a couple of salvos of HE and just frittering away armor-piercing damage. So at this point, I'm just like, screw this. We're going to lose this match. We're down by 440 points at this point. So I really don't have a lot to lose. And you've got to know when the point is where running away isn't going to make a difference anymore. And you've got to start killing the enemy ships. You got to recognize that point in your match. All right. So here, even though I'm shooting into the island, I'm shooting HE. Those aren't going to hit the Awami. I just shot and then thought about it afterwards. But here I've determined that I've got to move back in because the only way we're going to win the match is by killing the enemy team. And seeing as my teammates are on the far left border almost of the map, I don't think they have realized that. And note the Awami is still keeping himself safe from me behind the island. One of my teammates gets killed. There is the Hayate. And we did actually get a bunch of hits on the Awami, which is nice. We're going to try the secondaries of the Bourgogne out on the Hayate. We've got HE loaded. And we put out a nice salvo there. Take out his guns. But that is not going to help me. So I'm going in for the ram, folks. And I know he's torping. And I'm going to eat some torps. But there is the diehard. And we get our first kill. We are up to 184,000 damage. And we're not done yet. If you know my high score in the Lenin, we're going to exceed that. One more salvo of HE on the Montana, which does not set him on fire. And then we switch back to armor piercing. We're bow in. It is now 2 versus 4. Again, we're down over 400 points, almost 450 points. I've just got to kill the enemy ships in order to help our team have a fighting chance here. Montana's giving me an angle, but not a great angle. So I'm trying for the bow plating with these salvos. And again, looks like a bunch of overpens. I really don't have any other options. Running away isn't going to help us win the match. The bottom line. And the Montana's guns are just too big for me to bow tank in this ship. As you can see, even though I've got a good angle, we're still taking damage. He's shooting into my superstructure. There's a nice salvo, puts us over 200,000 damage. And my teammate, to his credit, is spamming the Montana with HE. I guess that's really all I can ask for if he's not going to contest a cap. And if he did, he'd probably get killed. So we really smash the Montana there. We lose a turret. We get the salvo out and finish off the Montana. 320 hit points left. I know that the next ship that sees me is probably going to be able to kill me. All right, Tulsa is up on the map. My teammate adjusted fire. I pretty much need to dev strike the Tulsa and kill him right here with the salvo. Destroyer also pops up. AM Sumner. 2 of the 3 ships remaining. Obviously, we did not dev strike the Tulsa. So at this point, we are just waiting to die. And I think here I'd say screw it and switch my aim to the AM Sumner simply because I cannot see the Tulsa. So there is probably our last salvo at the AM Sumner. And we do get some good damage, but we are dead. And our team loses the match. And I'm sure that last guy is blaming me. All right. Here we are on the defeat screen, high caliber metal, die hard metal. We ended up with 228,874 total damage. So, what, probably 50K behind, 40K behind Vaz, 42K. Anyway, 2 kills. We ended up at the top of the board with over 2,000 base XP and a loss. Hope you